Hi and welcome back to my video blog. Today I want to discuss with you how to maximize what you get when you sell your home. And there's several factors that I found that either can or can't help you in trying to do that. And the first one is kind of an interesting phenomenon that just happened here recently. In the Bay Area, a good friend of mine, a couple of them actually sell real estate up there, and a lot of people are holding off on selling their house because they're waiting on the Facebook effect, meaning Facebook was going to announce its IPO, its initial public offering, and everybody thought they were going to make a bunch of money. Well, guess what? They did. They released it. The stock came out at this price, and in a few days it was selling at this price. So the big event everybody was waiting for to get rich on did not happen. And so we see that happen a lot. And every 4 years I see it happen when we have elections. And people go, oh, well, after the election, I think something's going to be different. Well, it could be or couldn't be. You know, bless those people we elect. But at the end of the day, I think you have to make decisions based on what's happening in the market, not what's happening out there in the stratosphere. So really, it's focusing on what's happening here with our boots on the ground. One great example I'll give you is when we go out now and we meet with a seller about what their property is worth, when we look at the comps, we just don't pull up, oh, here's the 3-bedroom, 2-bath neighbor's house. We find out when that property sold, did they have more than one offer? Okay, did they sell it as is? You know, what was the negotiation like? Did they actually have more interest after it was an escrow? Were there other buyers that tried to buy it that didn't successfully buy it? Meaning there could be some buyers right now waiting for the house we're about to put on the market. All those things affect what we can get for the house. So having that market knowledge is hugely incredible. Secondly, having a good agent that has negotiating skills. At the end of the day, right now, we're seeing more multiple offers. And for a lot of people, that's a new phenomenon. They haven't dealt with it. We've had a lot of experience doing that, so we know when we have one offer that may not be that good, that offer could serve a seller in getting another buyer who really wants the house to pay more than they might have originally. So knowing how to work that system, getting the most possible for the sellers is very important. Finally, one of the things I think most people don't realize now, it's getting the house in escrow is fine, but getting it closed is an additional challenge, meaning you really have to sell a house 3 times now. Once to a buyer when you set that initial price and set those initial terms, twice, and the second time actually once you have a home inspection, because usually things are going to come up and things normally need to be fixed, and a buyer and seller have to agree on what that is, and that could be the second time you have to sell it. And then the third time, normally there's going to be a loan, is getting the appraiser to appraise it. And that gets a challenge, especially when the market creeps up a little bit. So we have to sell the property to the appraiser, and that's not something we take lightly. We have to provide them a lot of information, make their job as easily as possible, and really get them to make sure that the property appraises at the value. So you can see there's a lot that goes into that. That's kind of the tip of the iceberg, but those are the main things I see right now. So really not being subject to, you know, the latest fad, making sure you do your really diligent research before pricing a property, knowing how to negotiate and get the most of what a buyer will pay for a house, and then finally making sure we can get it closed. So if you have any more questions about that or really want to know what it's going to take to get the most money you can from a home, give us a call, 781-3750, 781-3750. Once again, thank you for all the great referrals you've sent us. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.